Deep in the sparkling ocean kingdom of Coralina, Queen Nerina had a baby daughter, Princess Aurelia, who was destined to wear the magical crown of the sea one day. The crown could only be passed to the true heir, and it glowed whenever it touched her hand. But in the same coral palace lived another mermaid, Selka, who always wished for power. She was jealous that Aurelia would become queen while she would remain ordinary. One night, while the seashell bells rang for the princess's birth, Selka came up with a plan. She quietly swapped baby Aurelia with her own little daughter. Aurelia was taken away to live with humble seashell gatherers, while Selka's daughter Marina grew up in the palace, believed by all to be the true princess. Years passed. Aurelia grew into a kind, cheerful mermaid, never knowing she was royal. She spent her days helping sea creatures untangle from nets and decorating coral reefs with her friends. Everyone loved her gentle heart. Marina, meanwhile, grew proud and bossy in the palace. She wore jewels and pearls, but the magical crown never glowed for her. Selka always told her, "Don't worry, you are the true heir." But deep inside, Marina felt something wasn't right. When Aurelia turned 12, the Festival of the Crown arrived the day when the princess must wear the crown, proving she is the rightful heir. The Sea Kingdom gathered, shells glowing, dolphins leaping with joy. Marina swam forward proudly and placed the crown on her head. But instead of glowing, it slipped off and sank into the sand. Gasps filled the water. Suddenly, the crown floated away from Marina, glowing brighter than ever, and landed gently in front of Aurelia, who was only watching from the crowd. When Aurelia picked it up, the crown shone like the sun on the waves. The sea creatures cheered. "She is the true princess." Selka's secret was revealed. The queen looked heartbroken but forgave Selka, saying, "Your jealousy nearly broke our kingdom, but the truth always shines through." Aurelia forgave Marina too, holding her hand. "You may not wear the crown, but you'll always have a place by my side." From that day on, Aurelia became the crown princess, wise and kind, and Marina learned the joy of being a true sister, not through a crown, but through love. And so, the Ocean Kingdom thrived, brighter and happier than ever before. Princess Lila loved to walk in the royal garden, where colorful flowers whispered secrets of the wind. Starlight the unicorn appeared near the sparkling fountain, his silver horn glowing as he looked for a true friend. Flora the fairy fluttered from a rose, warning Starlight that the enchanted forest was losing its magic. Draco the baby dragon peeked from behind the trees, shyly admitting he had accidentally scattered the forest's glowing stars. Princess Lila listened kindly and promised she would help restore the stars with courage and love. Starlight lowered his shining horn, creating a rainbow path leading deep into the enchanted forest. Flora sprinkled golden dust on the path, lighting the way and keeping everyone safe from shadows. Draco carried a glowing lantern in his tiny claws, showing he wanted to fix his mistake. Princess Lila picked up each fallen star gently and placed it back into the night sky with a wish. Starlight lifted his horn high, sending beams of light that made the stars twinkle brighter than ever. Flora clapped her hands, and the forest bloomed with new flowers as magic returned. Draco cheered happily, promising never to play roughly with the stars again. Princess Lila hugged all her friends, saying, "Together we made the forest magical again." One frosty morning, Arendelle was peaceful until the sky lit up with a strange silver glow. A trail of sparkling frost stretched across the horizon, pointing toward the distant Silver Mountain, a place no one dared to go. Elsa felt a pull in her heart. "Anna, that glow, it's calling me. I think magic is in danger." Anna's eyes lit up. "Then let's follow it." Every adventure starts with a mystery. Olaf bounced happily. "Ooh, does this mean snacks on the way? Because I packed marshmallows." Kristoff hitched Sven to the sleigh. "Looks like we're headed for another snowy quest." As they traveled, the air grew colder, even for Elsa. The trees sparkled with silver ice, and strange snowflakes shaped like stars floated down. Suddenly, a pack of frost foxes with glowing eyes leapt out of the snow. Anna bravely swung her lantern, while Elsa created a protective ice wall. With teamwork, they gently calmed the foxes, who turned out to be enchanted guardians. "They're not dangerous," Elsa realized. "They're trying to warn us." The foxes dashed off toward the peak of the mountain, so the friends followed. At the top, inside a glittering cave, stood a giant crystal pulsing with light, the frozen heart of Silver Mountain. But it was cracking apart. Beside it was a mysterious figure, a shadow queen of ice, with hair as dark as night and eyes as cold as stars. "You cannot stop me," she hissed. "Once this crystal shatters, I will steal its magic and cover the world in endless frost." Elsa stepped forward. Magic was never meant to be taken by force. Anna held Elsa's hand. "And you'll never win when sisters stand together." The battle of frost and light. The Shadow Queen raised her staff, sending a storm of sharp icicles. Elsa spun a shield of ice, while Anna darted forward, distracting the queen. Olaf rolled into a snowball to trip her, and Kristoff blocked her icy blasts with Sven's strength. Elsa and Anna then combined their powers, Elsa's icy magic with Anna's warmth of heart. Their bond created a dazzling blizzard of light and snow that surrounded the queen. With a cry, the Shadow Queen vanished into the ice, defeated. The crystal slowly healed, glowing brighter than ever. The mountain released a shower of sparkling snow that drifted gently back to Arendelle. Olaf spun in circles. "Woohoo! Best snow shower ever!" Kristoff smiled. "You two saved not just Arendelle, but the world." Elsa hugged Anna. "No magic is stronger than a sister's love," Anna grinned. "And no adventure is complete without marshmallows." Together, they returned home under the silver glow of the mountain, their hearts full of courage and joy, ready for whatever mystery awaited next. Once upon a time, in a kingdom surrounded by silver rivers and golden forests, there lived a little prince named Leo. Though he was small, he was known for his big heart and courage. One evening, the royal gardener ran into the castle shouting, "Your Majesty, a strange plant is growing in the royal garden. Its fruit glows like the moon." The king and queen rushed to see. There, hidden between the roses, was a giant eggplant shining with purple light. The villagers whispered that it was magical, said to grant great wisdom to whoever protected it. But along with the glow came trouble. Dark shadows began creeping into the kingdom, hungry to steal its power. Brave Prince Leo decided, "I will guard the glowing eggplant. No shadow shall harm our land." Armed only with a wooden sword and his loyal puppy, Spark, Leo ventured out at night. The shadows hissed and tried to scare him, but Leo stood tall. He remembered his mother's words, "True bravery comes not from size, but from the strength of your heart." Leo swung his little sword, Spark barked bravely, and together they pushed the shadows away. When the last shadow vanished, the glowing eggplant burst into dazzling sparkles. From inside, it appeared a gentle forest fairy. "You have freed me," she said kindly. "This eggplant was my prison. For your bravery, Prince Leo, I bless your kingdom with everlasting peace." From that night on, the garden glowed softly under the stars, reminding everyone that even the smallest prince can be the bravest of all. And Leo? He grew up not only to be a wise king, but also the boy who once saved his kingdom with nothing but courage, kindness, and a glowing eggplant. Long ago, in a kingdom hidden behind rainbow clouds, there lived a little princess named Elara. But she wasn't an ordinary princess. Elara had butterfly wings made of glittering colors. When she flew, her wings painted the air with sparkling trails of light. Elara lived in the Garden of Wishes, a magical place where every flower could grant small wishes if treated with kindness. She cared for the flowers, watered them with morning dew, and sang to them with her sweet voice. In return, the flowers whispered secrets and helped her kingdom bloom. But one day, a gloomy shadow spread across the garden. The mischievous moth fairy, Morva, grew jealous of Alara's bright wings and cheerful songs. She whispered to the flowers, "Why do you only listen to Princess Butterfly? I will make you silent forever." With a wave of her dark dust, Morva made the flowers close their petals tight. The Garden of Wishes fell silent. No flowers bloomed, and the kingdom became dull and gray. Alara was heartbroken, but she didn't give up. She flew across the kingdom, gathering hope wherever she could, sunshine in a jar, laughter from children, and a handful of kind words from the villagers. With all this love, she returned to the garden. She landed gently on the wilted flowers and whispered, "Even in the darkest night, kindness makes us bloom again." Her butterfly wings glowed brighter than ever before, and with a flutter, she sprinkled golden dust across the garden. Slowly, the flowers opened their petals, brighter than ever. The Garden of Wishes returned to life. Morva watched in surprise. Instead of scolding her, Princess Alara smiled and said, "The garden has enough magic for everyone, even you. Will you help me care for it?" Morva's heart softened. From then on, she used her moth dust to protect the flowers at night, while Alara cared for them by day. Together, they kept the Garden of Wishes blooming forever. And so, Princess Butterfly became known not only for her beauty, but for her kindness, which turned jealousy into friendship. Long ago, in the kingdom of Lyria, there lived a curious young princess named Seraphina. Unlike other princesses who loved gowns and jewels, Seraphina spent her nights gazing at the stars. She often wondered, do stars keep secrets? One chilly night, while looking through her golden telescope from the castle tower, Seraphina noticed something strange. A single star was twinkling brighter than all the rest, and it seemed to be moving. The star shot across the sky, leaving a silver trail, and then it fell into the dark wood forest. Filled with wonder, Seraphina knew she had to find it. She wrapped herself in her cloak, sneaked past the guards, and rode her white horse Lumos into the forest. The forest was mysterious, with glowing mushrooms and whispering trees. Strange shadows followed her, and she could hear a soft humming like the sound of magic. At last, Seraphina found the star. It wasn't just a star, but a glowing crystal orb that floated above a stone pedestal. As she reached out, a voice echoed, "Only the pure of heart may awaken my power." Seraphina gently touched it, and suddenly the orb burst into light, transforming into a tiny star spirit with shimmering wings. The spirit introduced itself as Asterion, guardian of the skies. Long ago, an evil sorcerer tried to steal his light to plunge the world into eternal darkness. To protect himself, Asterion fell to earth and hid. But now the sorcerer had returned. If he captured Asterion, he would control the night sky forever. "Princess," Asterion whispered, "only your courage can help me return to the heavens." Suddenly, dark smoke curled through the trees. From it emerged the sorcerer Malvorn, with glowing red eyes and a staff made of obsidian. "Give me the star, girl," he thundered. Seraphina stood tall. "I will never let you take the light from the world." A battle began. Malvorn cast shadows that slithered like snakes, but Seraphina remembered her mother's words, "A true princess shines brightest in the darkest hour." She lifted the star spirit high, and together they released a blast of pure starlight, scattering the shadows and breaking Malvorn's staff into dust. The sorcerer vanished, defeated. The forest lit up with thousands of tiny fireflies, as if celebrating. Asterion thanked Seraphina and rose back into the sky, becoming a radiant new star. Whenever you look up, I will be there guarding the night. And you, Princess Seraphina, will forever be known as the Keeper of the Star." That night, the people of Lyria saw a new star shining brighter than any other, and they told stories of their brave princess who saved the sky. And from then on, Seraphina never just looked at the stars. She knew their secrets. True courage isn't about strength, it's about protecting the light, even when the darkness tries to take it away.